Hello, all you wonderful, beautiful New Yorkers. Welcome back. I didn't prepare any remarks. I really wasn't planning to speak at all. Sometimes I'm feeling like I don't have very much to say. But I do want to just share one thing. Of course, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to receive this award because I know many, many extraordinary other artists that are out there in the world who are doing amazing work, and I am just one tiny, tiny, tiny little speck of dust blowing in the wind. And so to receive this is really a great honor. It's wonderful to be recognized. I do a lot of work, a lot of very deep and difficult work, and that work takes me into many places with a number of different kinds of people over a number of different kinds of circumstances. One of the things that I've learned is that I do absolutely nothing alone. That there are always a group of people who are standing in the shadows, who are standing beside me, who are making the work possible. And so I thank them. I realize more and more and more that I am a very lucky, lucky girl. And that I would be nothing without my friends, without my family, and without the support that others really give to me. And that's true even when I think that I'm doing all this shit by myself. And I want to say just one other thing, because I think that it's important. We've been through a tumultuous time. Not only have we endured an incredible cycle of political upheaval, of enormous social unrest, of a pandemic that has shaken the world to its very core. And as soon as I could, I knew that I wanted to see a few things that had happened in America. I knew that I wanted to see what had happened in Portland, Oregon, the city of my birth, and the ongoing and persistent protests that happened there nightly under a variety of names and banners. It's a confusing situation to figure out. The whole city was boarded up. All downtown was boarded up. Macy's was boarded up. Nordstrom's was boarded up. Gucci was boarded up. The Hilton Hotel was boarded up. It was sort of an amazing sight to see this city boarded up. I have to admit, though, that it didn't keep me out of Nordstrom's. I had to get my shoes. And then I decided that I would go to Oakland because I wanted to really understand something about what had happened in relationship to the homeless and the destruction that had happened there. And I photographed the homeless situation there. And in photographing there, along one of the sort of most desolate streets I've ever seen in the United States of America, something that I've seen actually in South Africa, but not in the United States of America, was something like a shanty town. And then I came across a row of shanties that had front doors to them, in this sort of squalor, these front doors. And in front of one front door, beside it, were a series of flower boxes. And the person who had lived there decided that even though I am homeless and even though I am without, I understand something that is profound, that is important about beauty. And even in this squalor, I bring my flowers, I bring these boxes of fake flowers to uplift me in my life in all of this. And then I went to Moab, this extraordinary part of the United States, the West. And I walked that land and I photographed there. And I thought of the Native Americans and what the Native Americans have lost, and what that means to be an American, what reparations might mean, what that might look like, I don't know. But I know that it's a serious question that America is going to have to deal with in one way or another, and that's true, whether you know it now or not. And then I left Moab in Utah. In fact, in Salt Lake, I thought I could probably eat off the ground. I'd never seen a city so clean in all my life. And then I went to, finally, the George Floyd Memorial because I simply could not come back home out there photographing and not go to the site of the straw that broke the camel's back, that gave us a level of unrest and protest unlike anything we've ever actually seen in the entire world. Millions of people all over the world looking at this thing, at this atrocity, this murder that happened before their very eyes, and knew that they finally needed to say something, that there was a truth in something that had been said that had been long denied. It was a profound thing. And so I got to the memorial. I got to the memorial just, I guess it was a week and a half ago. I got there on a Wednesday, and I sort of forced myself to go immediately to photograph, even though I knew that the light was going to be bad in the evening, towards the evening hours. And then I decided that I would go back the next morning. And by the time I went back the next morning, the barricades were already being put up around the George Floyd Memorial, and the memorial was being slated to be removed for all kinds of reasons. And then the next night, of course, was unrest, and a police officer was killed at that site. So we've been dealing with sort of the history of violence. And so I feel as though, in some way, that I've been walking the land of broken dreams. And I'm trying to figure out in my work, in the projects that I'm doing, how to think about that and how to think about the healing that's necessary. And so I want to ask you all to consider what that healing might be. What will be needed for us to move forward? What do we each individually must do, have to do, in order to make the change that will be important, that will change not only our lives, but the lives around us? And often we do that through art, and we do that through design, and we do it through music, and we do it through faith, and we do it through ritual. But if you have any ideas, you can let me know. President McBride, thank you for the honor, and peace.